don't know how they can top what we've seen so far, but the dozen pro truck competitors are rolling out onto the racing grid now to try and show us what they've got in store. The second fastest division at Concord, qualifying at over 101 miles an hour. And Steve Post has our starting lineup.
Starting on the pole position, the 27 of Mike Ferree. Mike's ninth in points, has one win this season. The fast time trialer will start second. That's Roger Lee Newton, a rookie driver. This is his third pole position. He has a pair of wins this season, fourth in points. His qualifying speed was 101.943 miles per hour. Ken Kellis will go away third. Ken is second in the point standings in the number 3 truck. Jeremy Moore, the points leader, will go away fourth in the number 7. Terry Brooks Jr., seventh start of the season in the number 23 truck, starts fifth. Rookie driver Carl Kellis in the 2 truck. He's fifth in points. He'll start in the number 6 spot. Alabama driver making a second start here at Concord Motorsports Park is the 17 of Jimmy Barton. Marilyn Beasley, third in points, has 3 wins this season. She'll start in the 8th spot in the 84. Joe Fusaro in the number 57 Dodge machine. He'll start in the number 9 spot. Leroy Herschel in the number 4 truck, making his first start of the season. Beautiful looking number 14 truck of Randy Burnett will go away 11th. And making his 4th start of the season, Terry Mullis in the 19.
And Steve Gann, as we mentioned in the open, this division has the closest points race, at least up top, of any.
Well, it does. Woody, only 14 points separates the top 2 drivers. Jeremy Moore, a rookie from Asheboro, North Carolina, on top with 5 poles, 5 wins, followed by Ken Kellis right here from Concord, North Carolina. And this is what's amazing. Ken Kellis has been on the pole 1 time, but has not had a win in the 2000 season. But currently 14 points out of the lead. Marilyn Beasley from Seattle, Washington, 3 wins, 1 pole. Roger Lee Newton from Concord, North Carolina, 2 wins, 2 poles. And the brother of Ken Kellis, Carl Kellis, is 5th in the points.
All right, the competitors rolling around the grid now. The truck division, as we mentioned, qualifying at over 101 miles an hour. The second fastest at Concord. And Steve Post, when you're down there low, I think you really get a sense of just how fast these trucks are. I think people look at a truck and think, well, it's not as fast as a car, but they are quick.
Yeah, you know, I mean, talk about that speed 101. That is really getting around the tri-oval here. Another interesting thing, looking at the time trial sheets here, we have five trucks that were in the 101 mile per hour bracket also, and actually 2 of them, your front 2, Roger Lee Newton was 101.943, and Mike Ferree was .925, so 5 trucks all in the 101 mile per hour bracket. That's really good fast trucks in a lot of them.
And Steve and Woody, when you was doing the lineup, Steve Post, there was one name that we're missing, James Brown.
Oh boy,
James Brown is sitting to the left of us. James was in the penalty box tonight. James had an incident last week, and he's been penalized for one race, and he's sitting out this.
Sunday night races of the year here at Concord, but they will finish up on a full Saturday schedule with the exception of Sunday, October the 22nd. That's the Fall Classic 300, the big season finale here at Concord. All kinds of action there, but right now we're finishing up the truck race. Your leader continues to be Mike Ferree at 27.
Well, Mike's had a great year. He's come out here and run each and every race here at Concord. Got a good truck and knows how to get around at Concord.
He does have a win so far this season, and we're going to get back underway with a green. Ken Kellis is second. Third is Terry Brooks Jr. Fourth is Roger Lee Newton, and here we go.
Well, Roger Lee Newton got to the inside of Terry Brooks. Now Brooks working over Kellis. Great battle for the number 2 spot on back.
And this has allowed Ferree to pull away.
There's Newton again down on the inside of Brooks, trying to make racing room down there.
I thought they were going to bang each other for a minute there.
Looked like on the restart, Kellis was probably holding up Brooks just a tad, but Kellis has stretched it out about a truck length lead over him right now.
And he looks like he's gaining on Ferree.
Roger Lee making a move to the inside of
down on the inside of Terry Brooks.
Hang on, guys. There you go. Yeah, you were talking about that Terry Brooks Jr. win earlier when we were calling him Little B.
Little B.
Told him that, and he said, no, I'm Big B. Have you seen my dad? I'm bigger than him.
Yeah, he did.
Well, I'll tell you, his dad, a lot of great memories of him racing here at Concord. Boy, great battles.
Oh, yeah, he's doing a great job at Concord. Oh, Terry got real squirrely.
Look at that. Another nudge.
Jeremy Moore runs up on the back of him.
Front 2 have broken away, although Roger Lee Newton has started to run them down now. Was that smoke?
I started to say the same thing. Would you believe his tire smoke? I believe he got a little bit out of shape coming off before. Let's keep a close eye on it right here and see if we see.
Boy, Ken Kellis has reeled him in he's right there on the back bumper.
And Newton is charging up there as well.
Saw a little bit of, looked like the smoke coming off the right rear tire.
I think you're right.
Good pack a little bit further back involving these trucks. The 14 of Randy Burnett and Marilyn Beasley right behind him, but Marilyn not as quick as she normally is.
And Marilyn wasn't too happy. She was just very disappointed in her qualifying efforts. She didn't know what the problem was, but they was working on it. So it looks like they did not get the problem fixed or didn't find a solution to it.
Well, a 3-car battle now for the top spot.
Ken Kellis has looked to the inside of Faree the last couple of trips around, and here comes Newton.
Roger Lee Newton has caught that duo at the front, and he's right there in the hunt now.
And these three were starting to pull away, but now here comes Terry Brooks and the points leader, Jeremy Moore, gaining again. We may have a 5-way battle here very shortly.
Yeah, I think you're right, Woody. They've really closed in there. We see them all right on the screen. Terry Brooks again hanging it out. Now Roger Lee Newton on the inside of Kellis. They touch, and around goes Ken Kellis.
Oh, and there's Terry Brooks Jr. And here comes the point leader. Look out.
Kellis.
Oh, the brother hit. And Marilyn
did a great job.
I think she avoided hitting anything.
That's not the first time the Kellises, I think the last race I was here, I think the Kellises ended up making contact with each other, but look at the damage on that thing.
And
door is open, yeah.
The Gant Jinx lives.
Oh boy.
Goodness,
a lot of damage.
He had a really good truck here, and he and Roger Lee Newton got to racing and contact into turn 1, guys.
Boy, that's awful close there. I think,
I don't know if he come down, but unfortunately Terry had nowhere to go. Here's more trouble. Now watch this. Marilyn Beasley.
Yes, she did a good
avoids
job.
a lot of debris on the racetrack.
Figure 8 experience from up in Washington.
Exactly.
Yeah, Marilyn Beasley was telling us she used to race figure 8s, and I can't imagine that. I mean, how do they keep from tearing up every car?
I've seen a couple figure 8 shows, and I think I've been to 3 of them, and I can honestly say I've never seen a crash at the intersection.
Come on now.
Yeah, I haven't. They're very, very. There's almost a protocol that they do. There we see Kellis, unfortunately, a lot of damage on the left side of that car.
Well, that's a shame for him because the points leader, Jeremy Moore, was involved in that somewhat, but he continues to circulate around the track. Black flag being waved,
the 27
and the leader.
Black flag to the 27.
Wait a minute now, they're saying the 33. They're saying the 33.
Roger Lee Newton getting the black flag. Must be they felt that was his.
For the contact with Ken Kellis. All right, we've got 15 laps complete, halfway now. Cleanup operations continuing, and the second place truck has been black flagged. We'll be right back. Back here at Concord, about to get the green flag in a lap or so. We left you saying that the 33 of Roger Lee Newton got the black flag, and we thought he was going to be a lap down. The officials at Concord came to review this tape and have since changed their mind, guys.
Well, right there, it's the 33 truck went to the inside to try to make the pass. He earned the lane, as Steve Adams says, and the 3 truck did come back down on him, and the decision was made to put 33 not a lap down, but at the tail end of the lead pack.
The reason he's at the tail end is because he was involved in the caution, as all the other cars involved in that caution are at the tail end of the lead pack. Initially, the call was going to be they were going to put him a lap down, but after reviewing that, they made the change, and it's good to see. It's good to see the officials when they do something to make the change and say let's make this right.
Meanwhile, a lot of work continuing behind the wall on the 23 truck. Terry Brooks Jr. steam pouring from that truck now. They're trying to get him back in, but we're about to go back to green at the halfway mark.
Now watch this restart. Jeremy Moore is right on the tail. He didn't get the jump.
Be interesting to see how the 33 does coming back through the field.
Yeah, Jeremy on the right rear of that was, we saw him get a little bit involved in that accident over there also, and he's got some damage. Now the 14 is looking to the inside of him. That's Randy Burnett in that 14 truck, and he is running good. Like I say, there's damage on the right rear of that 7 truck, and not sure if that might be a problem.
Yep, sure is.
And the scary part of that was Ken Kellis. He was sitting sideways and not all that bad shape. And then 3, 4 trucks just came along and bang, 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 and just beat the truck to pieces as he was sitting there.
Oh, Joe Fusaro's slow on the track down into the final corner.
Something's wrong with Joe Fusaro with the Dodge.
We see him slow.
That's the Dodge. Joe was our guest owner, Let's Talk Racing, the owner of Speedway Paint and Body Shop over on Highway 29.
Boy, great guy too.
Yeah,
sure.
Really
a lot of fun meeting him last week.
Meanwhile, the 33 has moved back up to 4th as Mike Faree continues to show the way. But how about Randy Burnett, guys, out of Benton, Missouri? He's only been in, this is his 8th race this year. No poles, no wins, but 11th in the points and having a good night tonight.
Yeah, he is. He is running good there. Now, Jeremy Moore seems to be picking the pace back up again there in that 7 truck. He lost a lot of ground, but now he seems to be back up where he needs to be. There we see the looking at the right front on Joe Pisaro's truck.
He also got Tim Marburger Dodge on there, and that's something we wondered about, why more of the dealerships aren't involved here.
And we're going to put him on the spot. Steve Post, you got a funny story. The other night you ran into one of our old buddies, Randy LaJoy.
Yeah, I was up at, there's Marilyn Beasley making a racing with the twins. Was up in Richmond and ran into Randy LaJoy, and we had the Let's Talk Racing. Joe Pisaro was our guest, and he said, you guys need to extend that show. I tried to call in, and he couldn't get through to us. And Joe apparently had worked in a program with Randy and a crew chief named Steve Bird, and Birdie's quite a character. And Birdie takes things a little personally, I guess, when people leave his care. As we see a great battle there, also with Marilyn Beasley and the 17 of Jimmy Barton, battle for 5th spot. So they're racing good. Well, I guess when Joe Pisaro went in to tell Birdie that he was going to leave the employment of Steve Bird's race team, whatever he was working on, Steve Bird instructed him to go get a large. He was going to start Speedway Paint and Body. Birdie instructed him to go get a very large, full-bodied mirror so he could watch himself fail miserably at his new business. And he's telling this story in the presence of Kenny Wallace, who knows Steve Bird real well, and they both got laughing. They say, yeah, that's Birdie, that's Birdie.
And Joe's done a great job in that business, as a matter of fact.
Oh, my goodness. Meanwhile, here's the battle for second now. Randy Burnett hands it to 14, the points leader. Jeremy Moore, the rookie, trying to take it away. We've got 6 laps to go. And look at that. Burnett gets to the inside, gets a little squirrely now, and allows Ferree to get away just a little bit.
Jeremy Moore's all over the tail end of the 14 truck. He wants the position.
Hang
There's
on.
and some smoke coming off the 14, off the right rear tire.
A little more contact now, and everybody bunching up front.
And look at
Roger
Lee.
Roger Lee Newton was in second, or at least third, and then he got in the contact with Ken Kellis toward the back of the field for helping to bring out the caution, and now he's fought his way back to third, and he's got 4 laps to see if he can catch the leader. Boy, this has been a war zone at Concord tonight. All kinds of great racing, but a lot of sheet metal left on the track. Here's Mike Ferree coming around, and now 3 laps remain. Ferree is 9th in the points. He's out of Redlands, California, 2 poles and a win this year. Second is the 14 of Randy Burnett out of Fenton, Missouri. Third is the 33 of Roger Lee Newton out of Concord, and Newton gives a little nudge there to Burnett.
2 laps to go. If Roger Lee's got anything for him, we got to see it.
And Burnett looked like he was going to make a little move there, but now he doesn't look very good in the tri-oval area.
He looks like he gets a little bit loose over there. He's opened the door right there for Roger Lee Newton, and a little contact. He really...
Around he goes, and into the wall goes the 14 of Burnett. Some sheet metal damage on the 33, and I don't know what the ruling is going to be here, but Newton dodged a bullet the first time. He may not this time. We'll see what the officials decide, but let's take a look at it again.
Look at it and see what we think.
Burnett is moving around, so he's okay. The truck is not.
Well, for the last 2 or 3 laps, the 14 truck had been out of shape coming off of turn 4 down there. Watch this. You'll see the tires. See, he got loose right there. He got out of shape. There's a little contact.
Right here. He's underneath him, and the 14 got a little loose, and maybe he came down again. Yeah. Maybe he came down again. So Roger Lee Newton sees the lane, sticks the nose there, and then more contact. So we'll see. Right now, 29 laps being shown on the scoreboard. They'll have to go green-white checkers to finish it up, and we'll be back to bring you that action in just a moment. Mike Ferree continues to show the way. It's going to be a green-white checkers finish. The light is off atop the Ben-mounted Chevrolet pace car. Second is Roger Lee Newton, and he is going to hold that spot. The officials evidently believe that he wasn't the cause of that. Third place, the points leader, the rookie, Jeremy Moore, and up to 4th is Marilyn Beasley, who's kind of gotten there by surviving.
Well, she has. Marilyn Beasley has not been happy with her truck all night, but she stands to gain probably 16 points or so, and that will be a big lead. She'll stay in 3rd place in the points, but she sure will close in on the 2nd place, Ken Kellis.
And for all intents and purposes, she'll cut the lead in half that Ken Kellis had over her, and maybe more. She's looking to try and get by the points leader right now, Jeremy Moore.
What Mike Ferree didn't want to see was Roger Lee Newton in the 33 truck in his rearview mirror, but right now he's got a lap and a half to hold him off and see what he can do with him.
White flag comes out this time for Mike Ferree, who's led all the way.
Mike Marie gets some real good restarts.
He did this time, and it may be enough to get him to win. Roger Lee Newton will have one more chance as they head to turns 3 and 4. He dives to the inside, but I don't think he's going to be able to get there. Mike Faree comes off the turn and wins here at Concord for the second time in the 2000 season. Second is going to be that same 33 of Roger Lee Newton. And there you see the remainder of the top 5, the official finishing order here at Concord. And that's going to wrap up our racing action for the night. But stay tuned, folks. We've got a Victory Lane interview with the winner coming up next.
Well, guys, for the second time this year, Mike Faree pulls into Victory Lane. Mike, welcome back to Victory Lane.
Thank you. I'm glad to be back. This was nice.
It's been a little bit of time here, but have you been constantly coming along? How's things progressed to get you back here to Victory Lane from earlier this year?
Well, earlier this year, everything was going good, and I had a couple bad incidences. I crashed a truck right at the end of one of the races, and that put me out for about a month. Then I got it all back together and then out in practice. Blew a right front tire in practice and destroyed it again. So this is the first time back out in about 3 months, and it feels good.
Feels good, and you rolled it into Victory Lane. How about the race tonight? It got the lead early. Was there concern with all the activity going on behind you?
Yeah, because as bad as this truck was handling tonight, I mean, it was loose down in 1 and 2, then it was tight down in turn 4 coming off. So I didn't know what it was going to be doing, so I was trying all over the place. But I'm glad everybody raced me clean. I appreciate everybody being out here, and thank you guys.
There we go, guys. For the second time this season, he stormed back to Victory Lane. It's Mike Faree.
So after 3 months, he comes back his first race and gets the victory, his second of the year. As Steve mentioned, Jeremy Moore will remain the points leader here. Marilyn Beasley will gain ground on second place Ken Kellis, and a couple of races left to go. Don't forget now, folks, they continue regular Saturday night racing here at the Concord Motorsport Park, but a double points night coming up September the 23rd. That's the final night of the track points here at Concord, and they'll also be the final night of those one-on-one fan participation races. That's Saturday, September the 23rd, then the Oktoberfest Triple Crown Series, September 30th, October 7th, and October the 22nd. Call 782-4221 to find out more information. So for Steve Gant, Steve Post, and our entire Around the Track production crew, I'm Woody Kane saying good night, everyone.